you guys. Thanks so much for clicking on my channel. Well, all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja, like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep a smile for the day? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm gonna try not to keep it long, but you already know. If it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to go. The nugget today is let God smile through you. But before I get to running my mouth, let's go do it. Shake up this manifestation jar. Then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, let's see. And I pulled out one, and that one says what? Understanding. And we'll take that all day long. Yes, we will. Listen, let God smile through you. You know it says, for the righteous Lord loveth righteousness, and what? His countenance does behold the upright. His countenance. What's a countenance? Countenance means it's a facial expression, right? A facial expression, which means what? When you are upright, which means what? You know who you are at core, and you are allowing God to lead, right? You're getting all the way aligned and connected, and now God is at the forefront of your life, moving in and through you, thus you're able to see within your journey with some clarity. And with that clarity, now God has a countenance shining through you, and that countenance is a smile, because I can't think of no other facial expression that God can use through you when you're upright other than what? A big old smile. And to others, that smile may look like peace. That smile may look like joy. That smile may look like love. That smile may look like calmness. That smile may look like safety, right? And when you are in that space where God's countenance is upon you, what happens? You don't even have to shake somebody's hand. You don't have to go up and hug them. You don't have to wave to them. You don't have to speak to them. They just see the smile upon you, which is God's smile, and they are good for the day. Matter of fact, when you see God's countenance upon your life, you're good for the day as well. A lot of times when we're not all the way aligned and connected, then we end up talking about what? Masking a smile. Having fake smiles, which means what? It's emptiness. It leaves us void, and not only leaves us void, it leaves other people void, because you can't be real with people when you're wearing a mask, because you can't be real with yourself. So how are you going to be real to somebody else? How is your love going to be real to somebody else when your mask is what? Is not a real love, when your mask is not a real joy, when your mask is not a real happiness, when your mask is not a real peace. There's no way that you can give true, genuine of any of that to anybody else. Why? Because what you have isn't a real deal, because it's masked. Get aligned and connected. Know who you are at core, which is God. Allow God to lead, and then allow his countenance to shine through you, which is his smile, which is a smile. You know what a smile does for you. You could be in a grocery store or in the mall, and somebody could smile at you, whether you're having a good day or bad day, and it'll just warm you up. They can have a mouthful of teeth, or have no teeth at all, or can have one tooth with an F, okay, in the middle of their mouth, and what? You'll feel that warmth. Why? Because that's the countenance of God smiling through them. So you have to ask yourself, what type of countenance have I been having nowadays? Have people been saying they've been feeling the smile of God through me that resonate as love, joy, peace, happiness, calmness, stability, genuine love? Or are they saying, oh, they always in a stank mode. They always having an attitude. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to have any off days, because ain't nobody perfect, okay? I'm not saying you're not going to have an off day, because sometimes we do forget to get all the way aligned and connected. And you may have a day that you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and if somebody catch you on that day that you roll off on the wrong side of the bed, they're going to see stank face. They're going to catch attitude from it. I'm talking about if you got stank face and attitude all year round, then that means you're not moving and walking in an upright position, which means what? You're not walking in the spirit. You're not using who you are at core to lead. Sometimes we know who we are at core, and we just fail to get aligned and connected. And sometimes we don't know who we are at core, and we never do get aligned and connected. So I'm telling you, or I'm asking you, or I'm advising you, or just telling you what I do. Get aligned and connected. Ask God to be at the forefront of your life, moving in and through you, that you receive when you're journeying with some clarity. And with that clarity, you'll begin to what? Allow God to lead, and you'll be able to see the truth. And when you see the truth that God really has you, then you won't be over there frustrated, which means what? God's countenance will be upon you. Why? Because now you're walking upright. When you walk upright, that means you have a backbone. Backbone means stability. You can hold yourself up. God is that backbone. So when you stand firm in who you are at core, which is God, then what? You're able to be in a space where God leads. And then God will then what? Have a countenance that beholds you. And like I said, you'll be wearing his smile all day long. You know how it is when people just want to be around you. You know why? Because when they come around you, when they're having a bad day, they feel better. It's nothing great that you've done. It's just that God's countenance is upon you. God's smile that comes through as love, comes through as joy. Now I'm repeating myself. Comes through as peace. They want to be around you. Sometimes they want to call and just say, hey, I just called to see how you were doing. And just by them hearing your voice, they can feel God's smile coming through. So let God's countenance smile through you. Let God smile through you. Let him have his facial expression on you. And if you haven't been representing God's smile and you've been masking a smile that's been driven by the mind, by the ego, you have to drop that. Because it is not fulfilling you, and it most certainly not fulfilling other people. That's why you're in a state where you're going back and forth with people in arguments, having a lot of drama. Why? Because you're masking. You're masking smiles. You're wearing the wrong smile. You have the wrong countenance. Get the countenance of God. Get upright, which means but know who you are at core. And let God lead and watch God smile through you. I hope y'all got this, but a lot of y'all when allowing God to smile through you. It's some people that avoid you when you go to work because they were like, oh, she always in a bad mood. Oh, he always in a bad mood. They avoid you because you're not really representing who you really are at core. When you start to represent who you really are at core, those people who were avoiding you, they're going to start flocking to you. They're going to say, oh, I feel love from them. Oh, I feel joy from them. I feel peace from them. I feel encouragement from them. Even though if they ain't encouraging me, I feel like they're encouraging me when they smile. I feel like they're encouraging me when they pass by. And that's the beauty of God. God knows how to move through you in his countenance to, like I said, to where you won't even have to touch a person. You won't even have to speak to a person. You won't have to hug them. You won't have to call them. They could just think of your name and feel God's presence. Why? Because his countenance is upon you. Therefore, God will be moving through you when you ain't even present. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that powerful? That's how you want it to be. Let God smile through you. And you'll see. You won't ever have to mask a smile again. That's what I say at the end of my videos. You won't ever have to mask a smile. You won't. Allow God to express himself through you with a smile. Y'all get it? Got it good? I hope so, but if you didn't, rewind this thing and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you will ever have to mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Let God smile through you. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.